Fáilte Overcall here. You're welcome indeed to another edition of the Irish at Home and Abroad. And just to remind you once again that we'll be crossing over to join Martin Logan, who's got some more great stories featuring the Irish community in the UK. But this week we're covering one of the great food festivals in the west of Ireland, the Ballina Food Fleadh, and then the Grandparents Association's annual pilgrimage to Knock Shrine. And we sent our roving reporter Tommy Stenson along.
Today we're here in the salmon capital of Ireland for the Ballina Food Fleadh 2017. There's lots happening, so let's check it all out. An event like this is great for the local economy. Over 6,000 came last year and it's the same again this year.
I would be expecting to be. It's fantastic. Last year was such a surprise year for them, and we hope that number will be exceeded this year. And you can see here, last night with the opening, the first part of the fleadh, the Bleak Castle and the new courtyard. A stunning night. I would just love everybody to see the way that show was run. And here today, absolutely packed again.
Jerry, as chairperson of the Ballina Food Fleadh, give me a flavour of what's taking place today.
This is our fourth year. We're back in the Military Quarter, our favourite place to run the festivals here in Ballina. We have loads of restaurants, artisan producers, and we're here actually in the kids zone where we do kids cookery classes. So we run through about 80 kids today, teaching them how to cook, teaching them about healthy eating, and I suppose they're our future customers in the restaurants. So we like to make sure that we educate them in food, what's good to eat, what's not to eat, and then out in the main arena there you have about at least 40 stalls selling different types of food, jams, loads from County Mayo.
And why did you decide to get involved with the Food Fleadh?
Well, I suppose up here in North Mayo we have lovely restaurants and lovely, great chefs. So it was really to bring all these guys and girls together in one area so that everybody could meet, have a chat, talk about food, show them what we have on offer in North Mayo and in Ballina and our surrounding areas. So that's basically it. It's been going on for the last 4 years, as I said. It's getting bigger and bigger. And now, okay, this year we had to kind of move it because of Mayo football kind of threw us a wee bit, so we had to move it on a couple of weeks. But it's still, you can see yourself, huge crowds out there coming along to talk to the chefs. We're all inside the kitchens and we generally don't get to see the customers, so it's great to meet the people behind the cooking in the restaurants and talk to them.
It's a whole collaborative and collection of chefs from Ballina and the North Mayo region who are working together to create the Food Fleadh market that you see here this afternoon.
The Farmers Market is a great initiative, and it's great as the Ballina Chambers of Commerce. You probably want to promote to buy the local food.
Absolutely, because all our chefs involved in the hospitality industry in Ballina are all very passionate in keeping it local, using local produce, supporting local suppliers, and the Farmers Market is one of those suppliers. I mean, you'll see that there's hen eggs, there's potatoes, there's veg being sold here every Saturday when the Food Fleadh market isn't on. The Farmers Market is on, so people can always come and buy produce, local produce. Then
I belong with you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. I belong with you belong with me, you're my sweet. I belong with you belong with me, you're my sweetheart. I belong with you belong with me, you're my sweet.
I'm here today at the Ballina Food Fleadh to support local producers and to also get out the information or the knowledge out there of how to cook foods without salt, sugar or fats, how to impart flavour in the recipes, general recipes. So we started today, we did a little bit of a tomato basil salad, we did a chickpea, coriander, red pepper salad, and we did a charred broccoli, lemon and chilli salad. And I suppose for me, why is that important? Salt is important not to have as much salt as we do in the diet. 40% of deaths in Ireland are actually cardiovascular related. So that's heart, stroke, heart attacks, and those sort of ailments. And a large thing that can be helped is not having as much salt in the diet can help us not have to reduce those numbers. So I like to say that we can use spices, chili, acids from lemon juice, lime juice, orange juice, and ginger, spices like garam masala, curry powder, cumin, paprika, and these ones can impart flavour. Flavour isn't all about salt or sugar. Flavour is the smell. Like over 50% of the taste of food comes from fresh herbs. So basil, lemon, coriander, those things. So incorporating those and showing those through the recipes we're doing today is what I'm trying to do here today at the Food Flat Ballina.
And I noticed when the ingredients that you were using, they were all very available to the ordinary person.
Yeah, I find, I've started off my career trying to do the most amazing products that is the hardest to get from wherever. And I learned as I went along that the best flavours are the ones you get locally, because they don't, you're travelling, the smell doesn't travel really, and the smell being such an important part of the flavouring, you get products that people can use all the time, and they will try them, because they don't spend big money on buying new products or buying products that aren't there. Show them how to do the simple things with what's available, what they're using already, and they'll do it.
So tell me about the first ever beer festival here in Ballina.
Well, this year we come in basically because of the Food Flat. It's the 4th year the Food Flat's been running, so we decided to come in and sort of marry into the whole food and drink part of it. So this is our first one, as I said, we have 4 breweries behind the bar, as you can see at the minute, and these guys are from Westport, Ackle, we have Galway in here, and we have Crossmolina.
And we also have Lindsay from Connaught Whisky.
Lindsay, of course.
And where did the idea come about? It's a good story, I think.
It's a night in the pub, basically.
You can talk.
It's like what hasn't been done in Ballina ever, and we thought Beer Fest has never been done in Ballina, and I've been looking for something to do since I sort of got it 2.5 years ago. And Paul said, "Yeah, let's do it." And
do you think the local beers can compete with the bigger brands that are in local pubs?
The majority of these guys here, all their beers that they brew, the majority of it goes to Dublin and Russia and the States as well. So we thought we could, if we put this on for these guys, we can show the people of this area like what they're missing out on, and they can come in and try all the different types of beers. These guys work really hard to produce all these beers, so we just thought we'd give them a hand to promote it.
Because everything here is a nice to do. If you want to have a good drink, come and find these guys. Find them in bars, find them in supermarkets. Buy their stuff. It's good beer and it's good spirits.
So Rory, tell me about the dish that you're serving up here today at the Food Flat.
Today we're serving up Atlantic smoked haddock chowder with straw boys poaching and Jack the Lad beer with seaweed.
So where did the inspiration come for a dish like that?
We were talking to the local breweries, and we decided that we wanted to enhance their product and use it in our everyday cooking, which we do in the Twin Trees. So we decided to make a chowder with a little bit of a difference with the straw boys poaching.
Is there something about working with local produce that's really good?
Oh yeah, as you can see around, you've got the farmers market here, and you've got the distilleries over there selling all the products. And it's fresh, it's seasonal, and you can't beat the food that's grown in the west of Ireland.
It must be tough working in a stressful environment like a kitchen, but you enjoy it.
Oh, it is. Yeah, it's fine. It depends. Every day is different, and no 2 plates of food are nearly all the same, So it's different. It's a stressful environment, but it's a good environment, and it's a good way of making a few quid.
The Ballina Food Flat is a great way to meet some customers that might go back to the Twin Trees. Is that why you got involved?
Yeah, that and the Ballina Food Flat is it's a brilliant idea. And it's a chance for Twin Trees, of me working in the kitchen in Twin Trees, to meet our customers, to meet the local suppliers, to meet everybody that's around here, and just to promote ourselves.
You love food, but it must be difficult to run a business as well with your passion.
it is and it isn't, you know what I mean? I'm at it a good while now. The thing about my restaurant is that it's a 35-seater. It's not, I'm not saying it's not busy, it is busy, but I enjoy doing it. It's great fun, you can try new things, and that's what I enjoy about it. We're open about nearly a year and a couple of months now, and everything's going great.
There's an amazing committee that put in an awful lot of effort year-round, meeting week in, week out. Where do we put the toilets? Where do we... I mean, it's the simple things, but there's a lot of work goes on to help, to give that interest a day like today, and it's great to have the committee and the interest both there that it joins up.
The food in Ballina is superb. I would say it's one of the best towns in all of Ireland with the foods and restaurants, and we would love everybody just to come always and try it out.
And would you say that Ballina is becoming a premier destination for food?
I certainly would, and make no apologies. Ballina is, and Ballina always had a good reputation for food. A lot of them have taken over and have copied Ballina in that line. We always had very good restaurants, from down at the River Mall, along the River Mall to the town and the surrounding hotels.
Well, we've had a great time here at the Ballina Food Flat 2017. The food has definitely been the star of the show, and we hope to be back here again for the 5th annual Food Flat. But from all of us here in Ballina, goodbye. Each year, thousands of people come on pilgrimage here to Knock Shrine, and today is no different, as people from all around the country make their way to the Marian Shrine for the National Grandparents Association Pilgrimage for 2017.
I was at the very first grandparents' pilgrimage in Walsingham, and I've just missed one, and I love it. I think it's a very special, very, very special day for the grandparents. It brings us all together, we're all one, whether we're 50, 60, 100, we all feel the same today. It's our special day here.
The association hopes to connect and help them pass on the faith to their grandchildren. Do you think if it isn't passed on, will it survive?
Well, the grannies and granddads have an awful lot to do with it. I have to say it. They have a lot to do with it, with the prayers and maybe a little bit of encouragement. Don't overdo it. Just do it in a nice way. Don't be forcing anything on them. Just be nice. Do it in your own little special way. The way our mothers taught us. We had great mothers. Our mother passed on a great faith to us, and I'm very proud of it.
The 8th of September in Walsingham will also be a day to remember for you.
Always. It's the feast of Our Lady's birthday, and it was the day when we had the inspiration to have a pilgrimage to honour St. Joachim and St. Anne, the grandparents of Jesus, and Our Lady's parents. And on that day I had the inspiration that I was wondering what I could give Our Lady for a birthday present, and the idea came that a pilgrimage to honour her parents would delight her. So we started the first pilgrimage, and about 4 years later we started the Catholic Grandparents Association, and that was primarily because Pope Benedict wrote a special prayer for grandparents that I asked him to, and that really started the association. And so within a very short period of time, it was worldwide, really.
The mission of the association is very simple but effective, to pass on the faith.
Yeah, I mean, it's a simple but profound statement to pass on the faith and to keep prayer at the heart of family life. And I think it's because grandparents instinctively realise the enormous pressures that young people are under today, morally and physically and financially and every other way. And it just strikes a chord with grandparents that maybe there's something they can do extra, because grandparents feel they're failing in many ways, because their children, a lot of the children are not practising and their grandchildren aren't being baptised. So we are the only Catholic Grandparents Association in the world. That's extraordinary. So we've become the voice for grandparents. We've sort of raised the veil in the church, and I think created enormous public awareness for the vocation of a grandparent, which is to pass on the faith. And grandparents don't know they have a vocation, and they don't know that they have all the gifts, because God's given them all the gifts: wisdom, fortitude, energy.
You've come specially to Knock today for the grandparents' pilgrimage all the way from Texas.
That's right, I have. And it's my pleasure, my great pleasure to be here. I got involved a couple of years ago. I found a brochure in a cathedral in London when I was just wandering in the back of the cathedral, and it said Catholic Grandparents Association. I said, what is this? And I turned it over and it said, did you know Jesus had grandparents? I was like, wait a minute. Which a lot of people do. A lot of people have that reaction. You just don't associate it. So I have 11 grandchildren, and I took the brochure home and I went to our parish priest and I said, I would like to get a chapter started. I talked to some other people in the States that were with the organization and started a chapter in our parish in Texas. And then I went to the World Meeting of Families in Philadelphia, and I offered to help in the booth that they had, and I heard Catherine speak and got to know her, and just the Holy Spirit has been pushing me to get more involved and to make it grow in the States.
So grandchildren can bring so much joy to a grandfather, is that right?
That is for sure. That's for sure. I have two little granddaughters myself, and one 9 and the other coming up to 7. And the pride of my life. I suppose the benefit of being a grandparent is you don't have the responsibility of a father or a mother.
So you get to do all the fun things with them?
Absolutely, that's for sure.
And how did you get involved with the Grandparents Association in Cavan?
I got involved first when I met Catherine Wiley, the foundress, actually, and she invited me to join, and before I knew where I was, she had me involved actively as only Catherine Chan.
Before the Catholic grandparents set up their pilgrimage here and everything, and had it on the second Sunday in September, it used to be the bus airing Sunday. And it was practically defunct at the time that the grandparents came in and took over that day and everything like that. And it has grown now to be one of the biggest, probably the biggest day in the whole pilgrimage season. And we're absolutely grateful. And the one who deserves all the credit for that is Catherine Wiley. As Father Richard said today, she is some force to be reckoned with. And her driving force, I can see it here with the staff and everything. We were here yesterday and everything, organising the place and everything. She's absolutely wonderful. So sincere thanks to you, Catherine, and to your team and everything.
But it's just that Knock is so good, particularly to the grandparents, and the grandparents are so important. Knock is their home, it's their spiritual home, and when they come here for that one day in the year, it is a very special day. We have pilgrimages all over the world, and we have branch meetings all over the world. We have now got grandparents' days in schools, in every school in Ireland, and that's catching on in countries where it hasn't been established before. We have the children's prayer appeal. You saw today the beautiful prayers that the children were carrying in. So we've created quite a few initiatives that are new in the church, but bring the families together. Bring the parents together, the grandparents together, and the school together. It's great fun. Grandparents these days have great fun. It's social, it's practical, and it's spiritual.
Well, our thanks to our reporter Tommy Stenson for covering those two great events. I hope you enjoy them. Now, just to take us out, we have a lovely piece of music from North Mayo, written and sung by Seamus Rutledge. It's called Take Me Home to North Mayo. So until the same time next week, slán go fóill.
Take me home through country roads and country towns. Take me home, take me home to North Mayo, past cocks of hay and over bogs with reeks of turf drying in the sunshine of North Mayo. Take me home, take me home to North Mayo, down the pontoon road, past Lough Conn, on to Foxford and the River Moy to Knockmore, with views of Nathan. Take me home, take me home, take me home to North Mayo, down Longmore Eve, where all men whistle our fiddle tunes as the sun is setting across the fields in North Mayo. Take me home, take me home, where Humber marched with the rebel army from Killala to Kilmore Moy, through the windy gap. Take me home, take me home to North Mayo, to the cage of fields, to meet the sea at Ballycastle. Take me home along the coastline of North Mayo. Take me home to North Mayo, down Longmore with purple heather